If you've been around this channel long enough, you'd probably recognize this. I use this intro a bunch for almost every single video since damn, I don't even remember when. Anyways, this custom intro is used for every single episode, every single remake DVD, and even most of the PBS airings I've made. Now, aside from just avoiding copyright, what else is this used for? It's also used to make sure people know the difference between my AU and reality. This is the video explaining my AU. The first 5 seasons of the show basically play out the same. I don't want to spend time nitpicking those, so this story starts with Thomas's first movie, which makes enough sense. This is what people call Thomas's first misstep. I don't feel like diving too deep into this movie at the moment, but to put it simply, Thomas is the main character, there's no stupid magic and gold dust, and the human characters' roles are greatly reduced. If a full Magic Railroad rewrite sounds interesting, leave a comment below. But for now, let's just say Magic Railroad did a lot better box office-wise, and for the franchise as well. Oh yeah, from here on out, Thomas will have his Magic Railroad whistle, at least for the rest of the classic series. Why? I like him. That's pretty much why you'll see Thomas's Magic Railroad whistle in any instrumental I make, basically. Cause I like him, and you can't do anything to stop it. So, ha! Okay. I don't have anything else to add. On to the Gullane era. Alright, the Gullane era. First things about the Gullane era is, well, we actually need to go back to Season 5.
What?
Okay, yeah, I said I wouldn't nitpick Season 5, but it's not going to be about its production. It's going to be about its home media release. What's wrong with it? Well, the fact the Series 5 releases waste so much time, especially the DVDs. It's so bad that the last Season 5 DVD, Thomas' Christmas Wonderland, was released in 2002. I'm pretty sure, September 2002. So firstly, I'm removing Best of James from the roster, as it wasted time in 2002, and the Season 5 DVDs will match the VHS release dates. The only major consequence coming out of this is that now, Cranky Bugs is the first DVD, instead of Magic Railroad, as the VHS for Cranky Bugs was released in 1999. Yeah, that does change a couple things, but who fucking cares? So, with these changes, all of 2002 is free for Season 6. You may be asking though, but Season 6 wasn't done until late 2002. What are you gonna do with all this extra time you have? And will there be any other releases, possibly? Well, I have ways of changing things, for the better. Specifically on Season 6's production history. Speaking of, we can finally get to that. With Magic Railroad being a bigger success than ever in the alternate universe, a Season 6 was quickly greenlit afterwards. A lot of developments were made, including a new writing staff, the idea of a spin-off, and maybe another movie in future? Possibly for the 60th anniversary in a couple years? Anyways, with that aside, Season 6 was rushed, however, due to a looming company which were willing to pay a lot of money to see Thomas thrive. With this, however, a lot of things just didn't feel right as Season 6 went along. Mostly the writing, as they were rushed the most. I believe this is true in the real world as well, but I believe there's a statement by Abby Grant saying they only had 18 episodes out of the 26 done a week before filming had to start. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, also leave that in comments, because I'm not 100% sure about that one. Despite their massive time crunch though, they were able to get it out in time by early 2002. Yeah, this is what I meant by how we had a lot more time to spare now. So Salty Secret, or The Fogman, depending on where you were, released around April-May 2002, along with the TV release in the UK. Next up, Percy's Chocolate Crunch, July 23rd, 2002, James and the Red Balloon, October 14th, 2002, and Thomas's Snowy Surprise around November-December 2002. On the topic of merchandise, it was doing rather well for itself, as kids were really wanting a Thomas, especially after seeing Magic Railroad for the first time, or the second time even. But behind the scenes, the crew were receiving some backlash as Season 6 did not perform to the standards that they had hoped, especially when compared to Season 5 before. Season 6 quickly became the lowest rated season, and also squandered the chance of another movie being made soon. Well, what about that spin-off you mentioned? Jack in the Pack. This section will bleed a little into the Series 7 one, but here is what I think the writing crew could have thought when writing Jack in the Pack. They originally wanted 26 episodes, like a standard season, but because Season 6 had already ran over budget despite sales, they decided to split the season into 2 seasons of 13 episodes. This would also work out if Season 1 was amazing, as they basically have a second series fully written. But let's just say, a certain company had other plans. During the aftermath of 2002, Hit Entertainment decided to swoop their opportunity and offered to buy out Gullane Entertainment. As they were not doing too hot after Season 6, they decided to think about it, basically. Firstly, however, they decided to work on Series 7. So, what did they do? They pulled out all the stops and made sure everything looked good again. And it really did. This is just me praising Series 7, but damn, I love Series 7. In addition to not only looking good, they also made sure that the staff actually knew how to write for these characters this time around. And on top of it all, they made sure to market the hell out of this season. Toys, home media releases. They even were able to sign a contract with PBS to make sure Season 7 aired on there. So everyone got to see it and everyone knew about it. So, by 2003's end, what did sales look like for this season? They were fine, but not the groundbreaking numbers they needed after Season 6. So, what? 2 flops of the season? Were they just gonna give up? Sadly, they had to. Some things just simply can't go on, and this was one of them. So Gullane went back to Hit, they got sold, and even from day one, changes were quickly apparent. First and foremost, because Jack in the Pack was considered a rival to Bob the Builder, the first series was quickly taken off PBS, and the second series got completely cancelled. Then the following year, which showed major changes to Thomas and the new direction that Hit wanted to take it. Hit Entertainment's new direction for Thomas would start with Season 8. And first, they lengthened the episodes, which was pretty cool. But second, they got rid of basically all the original crew. Dave and Britt left on their own terms, realizing that things were going to shit. Mike and Junior were basically kicked out when they brought in Robert Hartshorn. And the writing crew, they got a new writing Bible, which basically meant that everything they had learned last year was now redundant, unneeded, out of sight, out of mind, basically. Critically, this season did better because it actually aligned more to what kids of the lowest common denominator, which was a lot compared to the general audience that the classic series originally had. This was likely due to the simpler stories, the learning segments that were put in the middle of PBS and Nick Jr. airings, and a slower pace to the stories, which made things easier to understand. Another thing to bring up, though, is that the idea of another Thomas special came up again, and this would eventually become the special Calling All Engines. So, just like Gullane before, they made sure to advertise this season really well, and got it everywhere. This would be the definitive Thomas that they'd be going on with. You know it. Some of us really hate it. I call it a dumpster fire. But to fans of the time, this would have been just simply the Hit era. I bet y'all forgot this was a video about my Season 7 DVDs, didn't ya? Okay, first. Season 5 came out both on DVD and VHS at the same time. So to start, Cranky Bugs and Other Thomas Stories released on February 2nd, 1999, featuring the episodes Cranky Bugs, Lady Hat's Birthday Party, Double Teething Troubles, Thomas Percy and Old Slow Coach, Busy Going Backwards, A Better View for Gordon, and the song Night Train. Secondly, Races, Rescues, and Runaways and Other Thomas Adventures, releasing August 10th, 1999, featuring Toby and the Flood, Put Upon Percy, Horde Lori, By George, Something in the Air, Oliver's Fine, and the song Accidents Happen. This is the part of the video that I say I forgot 10 years of Thomas. Whoopsies. We'll say it releases regularly here as well with the DVD. Next is Spills, Chills, and Other Thomas Thrills, releasing February 29th, 2000. Ooh, that's cool. Featuring Toby's Discovery, Rusty and the Boulder, Duncan Gets Spooked, Stephanie Gets Lost, Haunted Henry, Sir Tom Matt's Holiday, and Every Cloud has a silver lining. I did not know it released February 29th. That's cool. Next up is Make Someone Happy and Other Thomas Adventures, with, obviously, Make Someone Happy, a big surprise for Percy, Happy Ever After, Thomas and the Rumors, James and the Trouble with Trees, Bah, and the song It's Great to Be an Engine. This released July 25th, 2000. Next, Thomas's Christmas Wonderland and Other Thomas Adventures, with the episodes Snow, Thomas's Christmas Party, Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree, Terrence the Tractor, Thomas and Percy's Mountain Adventure, Special Funnel, and the Snow Song. This is a Christmas release, yet it released in September. Christmas in September, I guess. Shortly after the winter release, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, releasing on Halloween. Yeah, the Christmas one came out before Halloween. Alright, moving on. Next, Thomas's Trackside Tunes and Other Thomas Adventures, releasing February 13th, 2001, featuring the songs Donald's Duck, Sir Topham Hatt, Come for the Ride, Harold the Helicopter, Percy's Seaside Trip, Accidents Will Happen, and the 2 episodes Gordon the Gremlin and Trucks. Now, Best of Percy, which is one I didn't want to include, but realized I have the time for it. So, Best of Percy released July 24th, 2001, with the episodes Percy's Ghostly Trick, A Scarf for Percy, Percy Takes the Plunge, Percy's Predicament, Thomas Percy and the Mail Train, Percy Runs Away, Percy and the Signal, Percy Proves a Point, and Percy's Promise. Strange how this one doesn't have a song on it, but the DVD does, so that's fun. Next up, Best of Thomas, releasing September 25th, 2001, with the episodes Thomas Gets Bumped, A New Friend for Thomas, Thomas Percy and the Dragon, Thomas Saves the Day, Trouble for Thomas, Thomas and Stephanie, A Big Day for Thomas, Thomas Meets the Queen, and the song Really Useful Engines. Alright, here's where the changes start occurring. In May 2002, Salty Secret releases, along with The Fogman and Season 6 on TV in the UK. Salty Secret and Other Thomas Adventures include Salty Secret, Harvey to the Rescue, No Sleep for Cranky, The Fogman, A Bad Day for Harold, Elizabeth the Vintage Lori, and Down by the Docks. As that just makes sense to be on this release. Next up, on July 23rd, 2002, the release Percy's Chocolate Crunch came out, with Percy's Chocolate Crunch, Thomas Percy and the Squeak, Gordon Takes a Tumble, Buffer Bother, Middle Engine, Faulty Whistle, and the song Little Engines. I'm just gonna let the crash finish. Next, James the Red Balloon and Other Thomas Adventures, released October 14th, 2002, with the episodes James and the Red Balloon, Twin Trouble, Edward the Really Useful Engine, The World's Strongest Engine, Rusty Saves the Day, Duncan, and the song James the Really Splendid Engine, because that also makes sense to just switch with Down by the Docks. Last release of 2002, Thomas's Snowy Surprise and Other Adventures, released on around November-December 2002, included It Is Only Snow, Jack Frost, Toby Had a Little Lamb, Snow again, Thomas's Christmas Party again, Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree again, and the new song, Winter Wonderland. Alright, heading into 2003, with New Friends for Thomas, March 18th, 2003. The episodes on this tape also have changed. New Friends for Thomas now includes Gordon and Spencer, Emily's New Coaches, The Spotless Record, Peace and Quiet, Bill, Ben, and Fergus, Salty Stormy Tale, and the song 5 New Engines in the Sheds. Hey, I just did this one. Thomas and the Jet Engine, released May 18th, 2003. featuring the episodes Thomas and the Jet Engine, Jack Jumps In, A Friend in Need, the song Never 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 Give Up, Percy and the Haunted Mine, Scaredy Engines, Bulgy Rides Again, and Boo Boo Choo Choo. Next up, Percy Saves the Day, released July 20th, 2003, featuring the episodes Percy Gets It Right, Renee's and the Roller Coaster, What's the Matter with Henry, The Old Bridge, Trusty Rusty, Something Fishy, and the song Troublesome Trucks. Okay, Thomas and the Really Brave Engines next, released September 21st, 2003. The only change here is literally the song. Seriously, the episodes are in the same order. Fergus Breaks the Rules, Bad Day at Castle Lock, Toby and the Windmill, The Runaway Elephant, James the Queen of Sodor, Oliver and the Snow Engine. The only difference is that there's now the song There Once Was an Engine That Ran Away, which makes a lot more sense because it has the episode it's based off on this tape. Next up, Hooray for Thomas, releasing January 25th, 2004. The episodes on here are Best Dressed Engine, The Grand Opening, Edward's Brass Band, Harold of the Flying Horse, The Refreshment Lady's Tea Shop, and Hooray for Thomas, along with the song The Red Balloon. Now, Steamies vs. Diesels, first Season 8 release, released around April-May 2004. Obviously has the original 4 episodes, Thomas at the Rescue, Henry and the Wishing Tree, Sounds Song, Squeak, Rattle, and Roll, Percy's New Whistle. Yep. Here's the most interesting change. The 5th Season 7 DVD? What? Yep. I call this Tunes on the Tracks, featuring all songs from Season 7, one Season 7 episode, and a visit from Thomas, the Jack episode. So, what's on this new DVD? It's 5 New Engines in the Sheds, The Red Balloon, Not So Hasty Puddings, There Once Was an Engine Who Ran Away, Troublesome Trucks, Oliver Saurus / A Visit from Thomas, The Whistle Song, and Salty Song that end off the DVD. I realize I need to do one of these song DVDs for Series 6 as well, but since I really had no more time in the timeline, we can just say Anchor Bay created this during those oversaturated DVD cover days. Rusty to the rescue. Thomas gets tricked. God, those suck. Anyways, the Series 8 DVDs came out exactly as they did. No episode changes at all. Yeah, that's it.
Oi! You forgot Jack in the Pack, mate.
Oh. Okay, let's get to that. I'm just gonna say this to be completely honest. I loaded Onsite with Thomas with all my favorite episodes just because it had the work song in it, and then I loaded the second DVD with like the worst episodes because it had One Friendly Family on it. So in this universe, Onsite with Thomas does get a VHS release, although it's on the later side, releasing September 15th, 2005, with the episodes Onsite with Thomas, Percy Helps Out, A Tale for Thomas, The Work Song, The Tortoise and the Hare, Alfie's Kittens, Thomas's Trusty Friend, and The Engine Roll Call. Oh yeah, both of these are going to have the Engine Roll Call attached to them. Why? It's hit era at this point, so it's going to have to. Wait, but if Thomas's Trusty Friend's on the other VHS, what makes up this tape? Well, this is Mud Glorious Mud, with obviously Mud Glorious Mud, A Happy Day for Percy, because they're both like muddy related episodes, Kelly's Windy Day, One Friendly Family, Jack Owns Up, Thomas and the Moles, Percy's Scary Tale, and The Engine Roll Call. My favorite part about this tape though is its release date. It released May 23rd, 2006. If anyone knows what that day is, that's the day the last US VHS came out. So, coming across this one would be as rare as trying to find, I believe it's Tales from the Tracks. Well, what did we learn today? Not much. This is just a 20-minute video about what I changed for Season 5 through 7. I don't really see what you can gain from watching this video. I don't really have anything else to say, so I guess I'll just promote the channel. Coming up next will be a couple more PBS 15-minute PBS airings, and then after that, Thomas and the Really Brave Engines, which, as explained in this video, is basically the same as watching Really Brave Engines. you're just stuck with me instead. There's also a new mystery series coming to this channel, and you know what? I'm tired of keeping this a secret. And if you've made it this far, you deserve the know in the first place. After you like and subscribe, at least. Anyways, the series that I'm making will just be my original stories. I have written a couple episodes since like 2022, and now that I have a channel and Wooden Railway stuff out again, I can actually do this stuff. So I hope to get that out soon, and I guess I'll just see y'all next time.